Hello everybody, welcome to one of my videos again. Now, I never intended to make a video again after the last one that I made, but after hearing the outrageous speech of Mr. Donald J. Trump concerning Europe and the NATO, I felt that I had to weigh in on a lot of things. First of all, Mr. Trump, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you to come to Europe and impose yourself as if you're Mr. Superhero? You who would be scared to even go to Vietnam when it was your time. Who are you to tell Europe to pay for NATO when Europe has been paying so much money more than any other part of the world concerning national defense, international defense, NATO, and protection? I mean, who are you, Mr. Trump, to lack respect to leaders who are receiving you with open arms? This is Europe, Mr. Trump. Who are you to disrespect Mrs. Dalia Grybauskaitė, the president of Lithuania? A very, very, very brilliant president, a very intelligent woman that knows exactly how to manage any security situation. A woman who played a key role in NATO, especially in the protection of the Baltic regions. I'm going to be a little bit more elaborate. First of all, I think, Mr. Trump, you are one part of America that is not good, because there's a part of America that is very good. That means there are people in America who are wonderful people, and there are people who are horrible people. Like you, Mr. Trump, you are exactly what is horrible. First of all, you need to really review your history about how NATO was built and who contributed to the building of NATO and who has been paying. Mr. Trump, what do you think? What do you think about just Belgium? What money was paying for the NATO, Mr. Trump? What money was paying for the buildings? What money was being paid, for? Where did the money come from, to pay the soldiers who were at NATO, to pay all the people working at NATO, to pay for the food at NATO, to pay for anything that was at NATO? Who paid for that? The taxpayers' money. The Belgian taxpayers' money. And not just that, Mr. Trump. The entire European Union. Who has been paying for the American presence in Europe for Lord knows how many decades, since the Second World War? And they've been paying because of what America has contributed in the Second World War to the liberation of Europe from Nazi occupation. The EU, Western Europe before, when it was still, divided from Eastern Europe, they have been paying a lot of money. They have been paying non-stop for the United States. For the United States. And let me tell you, when the wall came down, there was a lot of associations with Eastern European countries and trying to annex them to NATO, as a matter of fact, and try to make them part and collaborate with Eastern Europe. Now, when there was the joining of several Eastern European countries in the EU, oh, Lord knows how much money these countries that didn't even have much money, Lord knows how money they have been paying, how much money they have been paying for NATO. So, how dare you, Mr. Trump, come here and ask Europe to pay more money when Europe owes nothing to the US. Whether you like it or not, Mr. Trump, this is the absolute truth. Because the US is the only country that has been asking for money for their part played in the Second World War. And they're not the only country that fought to free Europe from the Nazi occupation. You have more English soldiers that died to free Europe from the Nazi occupation. You have more Soviet soldiers. When it was the Soviet Union, you have far more soldiers that have died to free Europe from Nazi occupation. And actually, the Soviet army is what caused the Nazi forces to be weakened. And that is what helped Europe take back their country from the Nazis. So Trump, you know, you cannot be so damn selfish. And before you tell somebody to pay money, why don't you start paying your taxes, Mr. Trump? Your taxes that you haven't paid in 20 years. And your taxes, what are they paid for? They're paid also for the U.S. Army. They're paid for the Coast Guards, school teachers, firefighters. You didn't pay your taxes in 20 years. That means you have not been paying these people who rely on the taxpayers' money. And Mr. Trump, how dare you insult President Dalia Grybauskaite? You're so ignorant, Mr. Trump, that you didn't even know that this woman happened to be the president of Lithuania. It is an incredibly intelligent woman, Mr. Trump. She's very, 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 very intelligent. She's a woman that has improved Lithuania's economy, improved Lithuania's job creation. She's a person who will save Lithuania from absolute misery. So how dare you even push this guy behind you to be before everybody, and after that ask Mrs. Dalia Grybauskaite who she is? And Mr. Trump, when you visit a country, the people who receive you are the ones who are in front of you. They're the ones who guide you. They're the ones who lead you. And you're supposed to shake hands properly and be polite. And you were not. Mr. Trump, you've created enough scandals. Get the hell out of the White House. You are not a president. You hear that, Mr. Trump? You are no president. It is a disgrace to have you in the White House. It's a disgrace to have elected you. I mean, you know absolutely nothing of the president's job. And also, Mr. Trump, before you insult Europe about not paying, not only you have to look at yourself and start paying your taxes that you didn't pay in 20 years. But how dare you, Mr. Trump, also insult soldiers who have served in the army and who have been on missions? Because, Mr. Trump, you have been so chicken shit scared, you would not have had at all the courage to go to war. Because your father was rich, he prevented his poor baby son to go to war. And that is you, Mr. Trump, the coward, and the one who dares judge other people. So I urge Europe not to follow that man. Stand up to him. He should not be the one to dictate you what to do. There are a lot of important things we need to observe. And that is another thing, Mr. Trump. You have been talking about pulling out of the Paris Accord on the climate change. Yesterday in Brussels, it was so hot. It was so hot, it has never been hot like that in the history. It was so hot that you could even cook eggs just by putting them on a plate and leaving them on the sun. That means, Mr. Trump, that the planet is getting warmer. That global warming is happening. And instead of thinking of going to war, you should think of saving the planet. And I hope, Mr. Trump, that they stop you before you destroy the planet that we live on. And it's time, Mr. Trump, to care about the planet, not about the United States. Because I got news for you, Mr. Trump. If the end of the world comes, if the planet crumbles, the U.S. is not going to be spared. It is going to crumble with every other single country. Mr. Trump, shut up. Get out of the White House. That's the best thing you can do. And go exercise a little bit, you fat pig. That's my video. Thank you for listening. See you in another video.